We are in the midst of the second wave here in Canada. Times are tough in a lot of ways. And I think generally the energy, the sense that I'm getting is that people, all of us, we're really starting to feel it. We're really starting to feel kind of the day upon day of lockdown and wearing masks and not seeing our loved ones and unfortunate news and the media storm that has followed, both from a political perspective and with COVID-19. And in a day-to-day, in our day-to-day life, it's become stressful, right? It's become stressful because sometimes issues happen with family and work and with friends and we're really all starting to feel kind of the pain of the last 8 months at this point. But I think what's interesting is that there are some people who are conjuring up the strength. There are those who are able to look deep within and find the courage to push forward and to be innovative and to be strong and to focus on the positive things. And so it led me to a question, which is where does courage come from? And so I did a little Google search, if I may. The root of the word courage is cor, the Latin word for heart. In one of its earliest forms, the word courage, to speak one's mind by telling all one's heart. Over time, this definition has changed, and today we typically associate courage with heroic or brave deeds. So it's the extreme, the heroic and the brave deeds that lead us to believe that maybe courage doesn't apply to us. But really, if we go to the kind of the older definition, what is clearly evident is that it's this idea of speaking one's mind by telling what's all in one's heart out. And I think I know I have had to really dig deep and to find the courage to deal with tumultuous situations that are arising in our world right now. And so what I would like to encourage you is to figure out the best way to unpack, to open up maybe what's bottled up, the stress that's bottled up within, and to release that by tapping into your heart. And there are a variety of ways that people do that. So there's good ways and there's bad ways to do that. Obviously, some of the bad ways we know, maybe drinking a little bit more or being a little bit more snappy or argumentative, maybe indulging in more some of your stressors, right? A little bit more TV, a little bit more social media, right? There are positive ways too, and within reason, of course. Working out and trying to become stronger physically so that you can feed your mind mentally. And that's one of the paths that I have attempted to pursue. Another way is, kind of faking the courage and trying to use humor and focusing on positive things to temporarily ignore some of the stressors that are in our world right now. So that's one of the other ways that I have found has worked well for me to do that as well. It's hard, obviously, for all of us. I'm talking to you in the screen. I feel like I've been by myself for a very, very long time. There's days that I'm not even leaving the house, and I know a lot of us are feeling like we really want to see other people in that third dimension, and we're being met with the fact that that's going to be obviously increasingly harder in the coming weeks and months. So all this to say is whether things are good or bad or terrible for you personally, professionally, look to speak to your heart. Look to tap into your heart and listen to what your heart is telling you, because that is really the source of strength and courage, which is tapping into that heart, is the first place where you're going to be able to find strength. So for me, that's how I have found strength, tapping into my heart, trying to use humor in our day-to-day, looking at the bright side, being physically active, and making sure to treasure the moments that we do have with loved ones, because it's going to get harder before it gets easier. And I think it's important that we all recognize that, and we recognize that this this whole thing is going to last a little bit longer than I think a lot of people imagined. So find the courage, tap into your heart, and make sure that you release that stress. Don't let it bottle up. Speak to others, and stay positive. Stay positive. And I know that's easier said than done, but if you can tap into your heart, then perhaps you're going to be able to channel that energy the right way. Okay, have a great day.